Hello. Welcome to the final part of our biology exams revision for second semester December 2022. Yeah, this part 3 is going to look at question 3, the final question. Okay, please, if you have not looked at the the other questions, question 1 and 2, you can have a look at them. Then they are all mutually exclusive, but it's cool to have a look at those ones as well. Okay, so why don't we get into it, right? Okay, so the first question for question 3, that's question 3A. We are given some organisms A, B, C, and D, the form of specimens for you to give their classify them in terms of their kingdom and their phylum. Okay, so we have specimen A. So specimen A was up there, that's Euglena. So Euglena is Protoctista, so we say kingdom Protoctista or Protista. B is mushroom, right? Agaricus, so that's kingdom Fungi, right? We have to insist, as I've been insisting all the time, that you need to capitalize the taxonomical names, right? The classification names is of high grade that you do, because most of these words are not typically English words, Latin words, Greek words, and so on. So you need to start with a capital letter. Okay, all right. So kingdom Fungi. C is kingdom Protoctista. All right. It's a brown algae. Okay, so either you say Protoctista or Protista, and then the kingdom for D, which is Spirogyra. Notably you can see conspicuously the spiral chloroplast there. So it's a kingdom Protoctista or Protista. Right. For the phyla of the various organisms there, for A is phylum Euglenophyta, of course it's Euglena, and kingdom Fungi. So phylum for B, so its phylum is that particular phylum is called Basidiomycota. Then C, phylum is phylum Phaeophyta. Then D is phylum Chlorophyta, right? Chlorophyta with the C capitalized. As you know, the small letter C and capital letter uppercase C, all written the same. So you need to make it as clear as possible. Each is worth 2 marks, so you get 8 marks for question 3A. Very good. For B, you were to give 3 reasons A and C belong to the same kingdom. So here we have A and C here. Sorry. So A and C. So A, as you know, is kingdom Protoctista. C is also Protoctista. They are all of the same kingdom, of course, but to answer this, they still have some differences. They belong to the same kingdom. So the best way to go about this is to mention the particular organism and then mention the characteristics that, depending on its kingdom, right, that it belongs to. That's the Protoctista. Okay, so it's not of high grade. It's not it's not good enough to just say they have this, they have that, they have this. Each one has some peculiar thing. Either they have one or two, they share some common characteristics but they are unique in their own ways, and you need to mention that. So some of the things that are common among them with regards to the kingdom is they have chlorophyll, right? Euglena fighter has chlorophyll. The same applies to C. And then the eukaryotic. So that one stands out for both of them. However, A is unicellular. Okay, C is multicellular. You cannot say that they are multicellular because you can see A is a cell and C is has a number of cells. So C is multicellular. But all these characteristics make them a part of Protista, the kingdom Protista, right? Okay, A is microscopic. C is large or macroscopic. Can be seen with the naked eye, isn't it? Okay, so any three here for 3 marks. With the 3B, we are to look at differences between A and D. Here you are just looking at the organisms and the differences that they have. It doesn't refer you to their kingdom or the phylum or anything. So you are just differentiating between them. So what do we have? We have for A, which is the Euglena, yes, and then D is the Spirogera. So A, there's flagellum present. D, flagellum is what absent. So you can see A here has the flagellum and D the Spirogera doesn't have. Then A has a stellate chloroplast or just a chloroplast. It doesn't have the spiral chloroplast that you see in the Spirogera. Okay, so you can see it again here. Then we have the D or the 3. 3 is nucleus is not central, and we have in D the Spirogera more centralized nucleus. So we have thin cytoplasm, and they sort of create a space at the center of the um, of the cytoplasm or the cell, and we see the nucleus right there. Okay. Spirogera has, Euglena has eye spots, which is not found in Spirogera. Euglena has a large cytoplasm, a thin cytoplasm for spiral. The A, which is the Euglena, has a large cell wall by seen in Spirogera. It has a slimy mucilage. Lacks it, that is, that's Euglena, but it's present in Spirogera. A contractile vacuole present in the Euglena, it is absent in the Spirogera. Alright, so each is worth 1 mark, so you have 3 marks for that because 3 was expected of you. Excuse me. They have some similarities, however. Some of them are the chloroplast, or you can say chlorophyll, or appears green. They have nucleus, they have cytoplasm, and they store their starch or their carbohydrate in form of starch in paranoid or paramylum granules. So each is 1, so you have 2 marks. Alright, so for C, so give one reason each for placing B into kingdom fungi. So remember, B is the agaricus or the mushroom. Okay, so what are some of the reasons for placing them in? Why are they fungi? So 1, they are multicellular. 2, they are eukaryotic or eukaryotes, or you can say that they have a definite nucleus. They have mycelium, there is presence of hyphae, and they have chitinous cell wall. So each is 1 mark. So we need 2 here for 2 marks. Alright, so you get 2 marks for Question C, 3C, that is. Okay, so said you should also give a reason for placing them in the phylum Basidiomycota. Here we have presence of a septate hyphae, as the hyphae that has cross walls, okay, or barriers between the cytoplasm. Okay, they reproduce sexually by producing basidiospores in basidium. Okay, so they produce using spores, specifically the basidiospores. And then they have a clap-shaped mycelium, so they have one end enlarged, and then they have a slender, the other end is slender. All right, so it forms a clap shape. So Basidiomycota, excuse me, Basidiomycota, members of Basidiomycota are also called the clap fungi. Okay, we are asked to differentiate between the kingdoms of specimen A and B. So A is A, believe was the euglena, right? If you can go, just go back, yeah. And then B is the fungi, the mushroom. Okay, so you have one. Many are unicellular. The for A, then you have B. Many are multicellular. I have just some few ones that are unicellular, like yeast. Okay, then 2A, that's the euglena. Chlorophyll may be absent. Okay, so chlorophyll may be present for A, that's the euglena. Specimen B, chlorophyll is absent. Don't forget that here we are differentiating in terms of the kingdoms, not specifically the organisms that we are seeing. We are using the organisms to refer to the kingdoms and differentiate them on that level. That's why here the question 2, you are saying chlorophyll may be present, right? Otherwise, we just say that chlorophyll is present because, you know, the greener has chlorophyll. Okay, because there are some members of the kingdom Protista that do not have chlorophyll. If you go to amoeba, the rhizopoda, the trypanosoma, the zoomastigena, they don't have, they do not have chlorophyll in them. All right. So 3, you have cell wall absent or cellulose cell wall. Or they have cellulose cell wall. Whilst for B, that's the fungi, they have a chitinous or chitinous cell wall. Yeah, for the 4, can also say that 1 or 2 nuclei may be present in the kingdom Protista. Okay, whilst in B you have 1 or more nuclei. Sometimes we say they are multinucleates, right? So I think that's ended the question 3, and that brings us to the end of the whole presentation on our biology review. I thank you so much for keeping up with me, and yeah, I'll be back with more. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. If you want want us to make any video on any other thing, you can just put it on in the comments, right? We appreciate it, and then we'll work at it. Okay.